Facebook made it so hard for us to go live on our pages and our groups. It's kind of a pain in the butt. Okay, so now the question is, will you guys see, or will I see the comments over there or over here? Because I don't know. Um, I'm hoping I'll see them over here in this end. But like I said yesterday in the picture in the group, I actually told you guys in the group, I didn't mention it on the page. So welcome to the page. We're going to be creating collage artist trading card master board. So what I'm going to be doing is collaging the top of this. It's just a mixed media sheet. I got a workbook from Walmart for like 10 bucks or whatever it was. And the weight, it's a 9 by 12 and it is 98-pound paper. And then I have just different collage papers over here, a couple stencils. So I have some browns, some pinks, some stamps, some old book papers. So just all kinds of what you would think is mess. And we're just going to go ahead and I'm just going to go with the flow basically and turn this master board into little cards. Let me grab the cards. I have to grab the cards that we're not working on in the membership. So I have to show you guys these ones and not the memberships. But this was a master board that I cut down and collaged. And I haven't written on the back. So I do have a template in my membership where we trade these cards. And I'll write all the information on the back. But in one master board, I can get 9 cards. And so look for that video coming soon. I did record it. We'll see. I haven't looked at the recording yet to see how it turned out, but that's what we're doing today. And so right now I just have pinks and greens and I'm using what I have. If you've been around a couple weeks at least, you know that I had to clean out my shed and the squirrels were attacking everything, but I was able to get all of my yarn dyes out of there. And so actually all fabric dyes because not all of them are for natural fibers. And so I grabbed all of those and we're going to be using a couple of those as I haven't decided yet if I'm going to use them as a splatter or what, but we're going to kind of use them. It's kind of like a watercolor, but it's just pure pigments for fabrics. And then with that, I have a jelly print. This is jelly. This one is tissue, or it's deli paper from my local restaurant supply store. This is jelly. And then this was just with like credit cards and just making marks. And I did the same here on this paper. I just used, actually, I used my toothpick bottle here because I couldn't find my toilet paper roll because normally I work with the toilet paper roll. So I was like, dang it. This is folded paper, credit card, and then a stamp. I did try to create some lettering stamps like with my little phrases with the stamps and acrylic paint. It didn't work out like I wanted, so that was kind of a bummer. But that's what we're doing. Stick around. Wish I could turn on some music because that's how I like to work is within music. But other than that, I'm just literally, and none of these, the ones that I just showed you, these guys, the collage pieces are actually just printed out jelly prints. So it's just, I printed them out on my laser printer and then created on the top of that with different medias and mixtures and all kinds of different stuff. So it is a digital background that I ripped like this and then put onto my collage piece and then gessoed and colored and all kinds of different things. I'll go back and forth. On that one, I could have went back and forth on what type of glue I used, but I just used the Uhu glue stick and we'll just kind of go from here. And I'm literally just ripping and putting it down. There you go. We've broke the page. So now it's there. Um, I'll use corner pieces to kind of match up so I don't have to cut. Just saving me more time not cutting. This one is actually a thicker piece of paper. So I do have the mixture of like printer paper and the cardstock that I used to use for my wood cutout labels. So there's a mixture. That's what this one is. This one's printer paper. And then of course the deli paper. and we're just going with flow. I I like grunge. I like movement. I like texture. So the straight edges, for the most part, unless I'm matching it to a corner, usually come off. It's just what I like. And literally just there's no rhyme or reason to my placement of these. I'm once I get further along, I'll probably have a rhyme and a reason to them. But right now, we're just tossing pieces on the paper. Do we want? Let's use this one since it's a corner. To make sure you'll have to yell at me if I go out of screen. I know I think I have like through this white up to here. I tend to get into a zone in creation and then not even notice that I'm out of screen. And so half the time I'm talking to myself anyways. I'm like, dang it. It's one of those things. So, and as always, don't forget to add neutral. That's the purpose of the book pages for me. And the brown paper. And then we just toss it on and layer. Let's do some pink over here. Grab this big piece of pink and we're gonna go backwards with it, which probably easier this way. Because I didn't like all this white showing on it. It was a lot of white. Over there. Is it gonna be really quiet today? I don't know where your comments are showing me. New software, new stuff. So I'm like, oh, I know some of you guys like to watch me from work silently. I won't call you out. We won't tell the boss that you're not working, you're crafting. I need to get earbuds or something so that I can like have some music going in the background while you guys are playing with me. Let's see. I'm not even thinking about it. I'm just, do I want to put it there? Let's just stick it in the middle. Um, I'm just literally grabbing, ripping, gluing. There's no thought process behind the collage part for me yet. Half the time there isn't a thought process. It's just, do I like it or not? And I'll start adding some whites. This is the heavier weight paper too. Throw that one in there. Let's do some browns. Let's do circles. And this is just packing paper that if you order wood kits, you guys get this packing paper, save it. You can use it for the mark making. You can use it, obviously, what I'm doing right now is the collage. You can use it for your under paper when you're painting on your projects. So many different uses for it. So save it and utilize it in different areas of your projects. Let's throw some of this pink in. That's two. So my jelly plate is 8 by 10, and that was a bigger paper. Move those out of the way. So it has a border to half my prints. Most of the time, I'll go and cut the border off. Like here's the edging, so I'll go and cut the edging off of my print so I can see more of the picture and kind of like, I don't know, work through it in my head. Let's see, we need some more of this one. I like the triangles. We'll go there. And most of this is, I want to say almost all of it on the paper. It's all acrylic paints, whether it's liquid text or deco art or even folk art. Like I'll use the craft paints in my stuff. Doesn't bother me. I don't do it to be professional, you guys. This is not my goal of my creations is not to sell the end product. For me, it is about the creative process. Half the time I'll give my stuff away because I know other people will actually enjoy it more than I do. Hence the reason why we do the swaps in the upcoming membership. We're going to focus on once a month, we're going to do little trading cards. And so not only do we get to create art and enjoy the process of the creation, we get to share it with others and we get to have happy mail once a month. Who doesn't love that? I don't know about you, but I love getting mail that's not a bill and not junk because I feel like that's all that comes in my mailbox anymore is bills and junk. Half the time it's not even bills anymore because they just send it to my email. So it's more junk. That's not fun. That's not fun to go home from work on a long day and open your mailbox to junk and come over here and rip. I just have a little tiny table. Well, I guess it's not tiny. I just like to spread out. So stuff everywhere. Let's put this one. Where do we let me put it up over here? No, let's do it over here. What else do we want to put on there? Let me do this light green here. And these marks, it's just like these ones, except the paper was smaller. It's just rolled up paper. Most of the mark making stuff that you guys see I've made with either trash or something I've had on hand. Let's make this smaller. Put that up there. And if there's something I don't like this one right here is kind of like, I'll just go back and cover it up. And go this way. But until we're done, leave it because it might come together. Let's put this one over here. Let's grab some more of this green. Let's put this green in this corner. I'm going to turn on you. And then we'll kind of rip because I want more of that brown and less of that green right here. Perfect. Except for right here. And I probably just made that too short. That is okay. Okay. So again, I'm just lining corners with corners. It creates it so I don't have to cut as much. Like right here, I'll have to cut. You can see on the back, like these pieces I'll have to cut. Which is not too big of a deal. We'll have to go through. Let me see. This guy clogged on me earlier. So this is just a bottle filled with this reptile glue is what's in here. And it works really well and really fast. But when you put it in these little tiny bottles, they get clogged. And I don't have any needles. So small enough to poke through. So I need to go get some still from the shed and bring them over for when they clog. I can unclog them. They're super, super, super tiny. Okay, what else should we throw on there, guys? Let's throw another piece of brown right there. Let's throw this brown over there. Put it here. Okay. And I've picked out this. It's sort of transparent. When I water it down, it'll be transparent, but it's a Deco Art. Let me look for it. It's over there. Let me tell you what color it is. It is Deco Art Gentle Heather, and we're just going to wash over the top of this when we get that far. That way, it's all cohesive. Because right now you might be looking at it going, but Katie, it's just a patchwork of all different colors. No, no, give it time. Give it time. Funny thing, in this book, there's a craft store near us that it's like Goodwill, but for crafts. And that book is oil painting. And so I had to have that, but it was like $1. And when I brought it up to the counter, she's like, I just put that book back up there. I'm like, well, good, because I'm taking it with me now. And then there was another one that I found that I'm really enjoying. It's an old dictionary, but it's not a dictionary. What do they call it? The Word Finder. And so basically it's a dictionary, but it has some pretty fun words in there that we can pick and choose from. Okay. So I'm going to get these white edges off of this green. And we'll put this one down here. We'll cut it, just the top. And then that way when I cut it, we'll still be able to use it, most of it. Let's see, what do we want here? Nope. Nope. Let's do, yeah, let's do some of this pink. This, well, it's the same. Let's do it. Let's go for it, because you never know when you slice them, how they're going to slice up. So we'll just use, I'm going to cut this side. We'll go more over here. Okay. Those are like the cards that I was showing you when I was creating those yesterday. I was doing those yesterday. And I was looking at it and I'm like, okay, that's cool. I like it, but it wasn't cohesive enough for me until I did the wash over it. And then when I cut it even more, well, then I stenciled and stamped and all that fun stuff. But when I did that, then it all came together. So just keep working through it, because what you see now, you might not like, but in the end, you might end up loving it. I'm gonna put this corner over there. Let's see if we can rip it the way I want it to rip. Just remember, it's like painting, right? When we're painting with acrylic on canvas or on the wood pieces or wherever we're painting, it has that teenage stage, the little pimply teenage stage. And then it's in the beautiful duckling, grows into the swan. And again, if it's something you don't like, you can always redo it, put something over it. Let's put some more words up here. put it up here, up top. The one thing about books, though, when you're ripping them in, you never know what kind of sentence is going to end up on your paper. Huh. Hopefully, they're not horrible. Let's do. I feel like that one just needs a little bit of a brown. And do polka dot side. Let's see if we can get. I don't want it big. We come this way. Let's go that way. This way. That's the way we put it, right? And then let's do the lighter pink. Here it is. Triangles. Where's triangles? Triangles are over there. Let's do triangles here. Okay, that was probably the hard part. Making sure you cover the page as much as you want. Then I'm going to gesso. I'm going to put these over here because those are scraps big enough to reuse. I'm going to move all my little things over here. And then I just have, it's Liquitex Clear Gesso. And I still don't know if I can see comments. I guess I'll come back and see if we have comments. But I'm just, it's going to give me tooth and texture and prep the background. And I'm just squirt it on there and then using my catalyst that I got from Michael's and spread it around. That'll help create or prime the background for the other things we add to it. This is also me making sure everything's down flat with the glue. And then we shall dry. Because now we can't do anything until it's dry. I mean, we could cut. Make our paper square again. You can tell which ones were the deli sheets because they're starting to wrinkle. Okay, while we do that, hold. I had scissors, guys. I had scissors. I don't know where they went. Let's grab these ones. I have like 5 pairs of scissors within arm's length. I can't find the ones I want. We're just going to edge. There's still wet spots on the back side. Move those over. Let that dry. Try to keep it in frame so you can eyeball its beauty. And then I'm just going to create my wash with the Gentle Heather is Deco Art Americana. Just a little tiny bit. I'm going to water it down. Try not to get too much in there. You want a good mixture. You still want it to be transparent. That's probably too much. Let's take some back out. Let's grab a palette knife, a pointy one. We'll stir that up. And this is what we're going to get on the top. So it's just like a purpley pink that rattled. This is going to become a fugly brush really quick then. We're just going over the top of it, and I want a wider one. Let's use my mop brush and get it wet. And it just soaked up all my paint. We're gonna have to make some more, guys. Better to have not enough than too much. At least for me. Mix that again. We're gonna soak that up. It's a thirsty guy. I'll just grab it all. Now, you can see how that wash brought all of the different colors together in the palette. Dry it again. Normally, I'd probably walk away from this and let it dry on its own. But since we're creating together, and I know you guys want to see more, and you don't want me to walk away, we're going to dry it the best we can, which means wrinkly paper. The one thing I did not, mostly dry, I did not prepare was the stenciling color. So I think I want to pull, let's do some coral. And I need a baby wipe. I don't think it's, let's try something different with this one, and then I'll show you what I was going to do with the bigger one. But then we'll need another color. We'll bring in some greens. Oh, some more purple. Do we want to go a deeper purple? Wild, it's a little bit. Let's go with purple cow, just because purple cow sounds fun. And it's not even open. See, couldn't find the scissors again. Okay, purple cow and coral blush. I will show you what I did with the coral blush. And actually, yeah, we'll just go for it. So this brush is still wet. You can use brush. You can use makeup sponge. I'll show you both. That didn't work. That ripped. Now we have a short guy. Okay, so I don't want it to be solid. See, it kind of gave it a little grungy look. I'm not going for full out perfection. I'm just going for another layer of color on top of what we've already created. See, just a little bit there. Come over here. Let's use I'll put that away. I'll show you the difference between brush and a sponge, really not much. I don't know if you can tell. There's the brush. There's the sponge. Keep in mind, for me, in the end, this is going to be sliced up into little cards. So I kind of want to make sure I get a little piece of everything on each little card. If you don't, you can come back and add. Let's get some more. That was kind of close to that one, huh? Let's put some here. So a little bit there. Some over here. Okay, we'll set that aside. Then we'll do our purple cow. And I'll show you. Let me get a diaper wipe. Let's do, we want to do lines, circles. Let's do circles. Okay, so what I did with that, let me grab the big brush. Is this still kind of wet? You want enough on your brush because we're going to wipe it off, right? So I'm just going to put a little bit here. I'm going to come over here with my stencil, grab me a diaper wipe, hold my paper and the stencil down, and see if you can get in to wipe it out. And then I'll show you what it does. Kind of creates just a little blob of the stencil and where your paint was. So you can go lighter. That's almost too round for me, so I'm hoping that that gets cut right down the middle. So it just gives it a little bit more interest to the layers that we're creating. Let's see, let's go over here. We'll do one over here. And I'm trying really hard not to create a shape. Those circles are going to bug me. Maybe one down here. Okay, so now we've added some more layers to it. Kind of clean off the thing. We might create some down here on our paper, which is totally fine. Now, I'm hoping this will mix this over here. Let me grab a little spoon. These were found along with, I don't even know if you can get these anymore. When you go to the pharmacy, can you get these for your kids? Is this still a thing? Or is it the little tube where you kind of have to shove it in their mouth? But that, I don't even know how long that or that old that one is. Probably, I couldn't tell you. 15 years maybe. But I just want the tiniest bit of this pigment. This is raspberry. And this one is avocado. Because it's the darker colors I gravitate towards. Like this is outside my comfort zone. It's these ones, like this, is my color palette. I love these colors, favorite colors ever. Think peacocks and fall. Those are my colors. Okay, so we're just going to put some water in here because I just want to create enough to where I can splatter and make a mess, because that's what we're going to do. Just want to mix that pigment up. It's not mixing very well because we're using it for a different application that it's originally used for. Okay, round brush. We want, let's use this guy, number 12. I'm getting it wet first, making sure there's nothing on my desk that I'm going to be worried. Actually, do we want to stamp first? Let's let's stamp first. I brought these guys out to stamp with. So let's add some black back in here. Let's pick, I was using this one. Let's do the X's. I'm going to have a mess to clean up when I'm done here. Not only that, I'm going to be messy. Just random and all over the place. And not a full stamp. Just creating some interest to where you see something and then you see something else and then you see something else and your eye keeps going, wow, there's something else over here. What's over here? And again, these are going to be cut up into cards anyways. So we want to make them a set. We want a little bit of everything on each piece. And if you go and cut it and you find out that there's not a little bit of everything on each piece, then you can add that. Just remember what you use. That'll be the hard part, right? I keep going up to corners. Let's flip it and then I'll get this corner. Okay, just a little bit everywhere. Now, let's splatter. Let's make a mess. Okay, let's go for the raspberry first. So I'm just soaking it up with my brush. Oh, I'll bring you guys in closer. You can kind of see. I don't know if you could see from that far away. And then I'll just rinse it off and come in for some avocado. And there, I mean, you guys, we could go on forever and ever and ever and ever, but we've already been here for a little bit and I don't want to keep you guys from your work. Is the master board. So what I would do next, where's the diaper wipe fuzz, is I would slice these up because they're going to be artist trading cards, right? This is just, I'm making extras in case one gets lost in the mail or something happens in the membership, because we'll be trading monthly and I want everybody to receive what they get. So I'll be creating extras. If you're part of the membership and you want to create extras, by all means, go ahead and send me in some extras. And if something happens and somebody doesn't get something 1 month, then I can send those out. But I will go through, and I was looking at wherever there it is. I'm like, I move things around. I'll go through. I was thinking about these to add in different areas. So these were just stamped. Some of that one I digitally drew and printed out, so you have access to that in the membership. Same with this one. These ones, guys, they're not white, they're color. I actually was brave and colored them. And then I have the Tim Holtz little phrases and words and whatever. I made my own with these guys because, again, switching over, I have all kinds of like 4.5 by 6 or 5.5, whatever it is, 4.25, 5.5 labels for the wood cutouts. And so I just printed those out and then cut them up on my printer. But these ones are already, I got these at Joann's. And so you can just get, I don't know, what's he got in here? Almost 300 stickers, black and white. And so then I'll use that in here. And then on the back, I have this printable in the membership as well. So you'll be able to print this out. You'll get 9 on a sheet because that's how many I can get out of a 9 by 12 is 9. And then we'll go through and cut these up, glue those on the back of them. I also have some in my fodder folder where I just keep all these different things. Like we have some birds. I might add some birds to those. I might add some flowers, things like that we can add in addition and make it our own. So that is the goal with this one. I'll finish recording and then I'll post it on YouTube. So when it's finished, I'll post a link for you guys to go watch the rest of this on YouTube, and then you can see the finished creation of this all. So hope you enjoyed creating the master boards. This itself, this piece of paper that we collaged and washed over and stamped and stenciled is the master board for the ATCs. So I hope you enjoyed. Let me know. Thanks, guys. Bye.